The Gatekeepers of God. Why you've been lied to about angels. The hook, the hallmark lie. Look at this. A cute, chubby baby with tiny wings. We call it cherub. It's on every Valentine's card and ceiling in Rome. There's just one problem. That is not a cherub. In fact, if you actually saw a real cherub, you wouldn't say, ah. You would probably fall to the ground in total terror. For centuries, Western art has sanitized the heavens, turning interdimensional cosmic guardians into winged supermodels. Today, we are tearing back the veil. We're going beyond the Sunday school stories to explore the terrifying 9 choirs of heaven and the high-ranking gatekeepers who stand closest to the throne of God. Get ready. It's about to get weird. The mistake, cherubim versus putty. Let's clear the air. Those fat babies you see in paintings? Those are called putty. They come from Greek and Roman art, not the Bible. The real cherubim? They are the heavy security of the cosmos. In the book of Ezekiel, they are described as having 4 faces, a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. They have 4 wings covered in eyes, and their legs end in burnished bronze hooves. They don't shoot arrows of love. They are the ones God stationed at the edge of Eden with a flaming sword that turned every way to keep humanity out. They aren't here to be your friends. They are here to guard the holiness of the Creator. 3. The rankings, the 9 choirs. To understand where the cherubim fit, you have to understand the celestial hierarchy. According to ancient tradition, there are 9 choirs or ranks divided into 3 tiers. The 3rd triad, the bottom, these are the angels and archangels. They are the messengers who actually talk to humans. If you've seen a human-looking angel in the Bible, it was likely one of these. The 2nd triad, the middle, principalities, powers, and dominions. They manage the laws of physics and the balance of the universe. Think of them as the cosmic middle management. The 1st triad, the inner circle, this is where it gets wild. The thrones, the cherubim, and the seraphim. The inner circle, seraphim and ophanim. If the cherubim are the gatekeepers, the seraphim are the burning ones. They have 6 wings and exist in a state of perpetual combustion because they are so close to the raw power of God. They don't even look at the throne. They cover their faces to avoid being consumed. And then there are the ophanim, the wheels within wheels. These aren't even biological. They are massive, interlocking golden rings covered in eyes that spark with lightning. They serve as the chariot of God. When people in the Bible saw these things, the first thing the angel usually had to say was, "Do not be afraid," because looking at them is like looking at a nuclear explosion. The role, why gatekeepers? So why do cherubim matter? Because they define the boundary between the sacred and the profane. Ancient kings in the Middle East had lamassu, hybrid beasts guarding their palaces. The Bible uses this imagery to show that God's presence is the most high-security zone in existence. You don't just stroll into the presence of the infinite. You have to pass the cherubim. When you see them on the Ark of the Covenant, they aren't decorations. They are a keep-out sign for anyone who isn't prepared for the weight of glory. The conclusion, the beauty of the terror. We've turned angels into soft beings because we want a soft God. But the historical and biblical reality is much more awe-inspiring. These beings represent the sheer scale and strangeness of a universe we barely understand. The real cherubim remind us that the divine is other. It's wild, it's powerful, and it's beautiful, even if it is a little bit terrifying. Now, I want to hear from you. If you saw a 4-faced, multi-eyed cherub, would you stay or run? Which rank of the 9 choirs do you want us to deep dive into next? Drop a comment below, and let's get into the theology. Hit like if you're tired of Hallmark angels and want more biblical horrors. Subscribe for next week's episode where we look at the war in heaven and what the fallen actually look like. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.